Hi, I'm Chef Keith Snow. Welcome to my kitchen. I want to show you how to make chicken piccata. It's sort of an old school classic Italian recipe. It's actually very easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to make it right now. It's great for dinner parties and entertaining. It makes a nice plate presentation, and it's simple to do, and you can almost do it maybe an hour in advance, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. The first thing I want to do is quickly go over the ingredients that I have here. 1 cup of dry white wine. We've got the juice of 1 lemon, 3 tablespoons of organic whole butter, and that's very cold. We've got about 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, and this is the Italian flat leaf parsley. And then right here, I should have capers, because the recipe calls for capers, and capers are the bud of a tree over in the Mediterranean. They pick the buds off and then they pack them in a brine. And the dish actually calls for capers, but don't have any capers. I thought I bought them at the store, I got home, no capers. So I'm looking for somebody to blame. But in the meantime, because I've got this very expensive video crew here filming me, the show must go on. So in a pinch, the substitute is these green manzanilla olives. And luckily for me, I had some of these olives on hand, and they have a very similar profile, both in taste and in texture, to the capers. Somewhat salty, briny, kind of a meaty texture. So to be honest, we're going to substitute these olives. Shh, don't tell any Italians, because I'll get a lot of nasty emails. Now let's proceed with the dish. The last ingredient is some Harvest Eating House seasoning, and what we're going to do is put a good pinch of that in our flour, and this is just AP flour. And I'm going to reach over and turn my burner on here. We're going to be cooking right there. So now I have naturally raised chicken, and as you can see, it's been pounded thin. Now this actually came thin, but you can also ask your butcher or the guy at the store, smile real pretty and ask him to pound out the chicken, and he should do it. So what we'll do is season both sides liberally, and we also have some seasoning in our flour. We don't want these to be bland. So now we'll put them in like that. You just want to get them lightly dusted. Let that one hang out there. Same thing over here. And this is a great dish, this chicken piccata. Has a lot of flavor. It's relatively low in fat, and most people like it, so it's a good thing to make at your next dinner party or supper club. So again, we want to make sure that these are getting plenty of seasoning on them, lightly dusted in our AP flour. Okay, we're ready to go now. I'll put this aside, and in this pan here, it's a nice wide pan. I'm going to put some extra virgin olive oil. And then I'm going to lay these chickens right in there. And this is almost like a shallow fry. And one tip is I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. So when these are done cooking, I'm going to slide them into the oven to stay warm for a few minutes. So now once I get these in the pan, I can set this aside. And what you want to do here is just let these sit. Don't be playing around with them. Let them sit. You want them to develop a nice brown crust. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute when I flip it. Okay, as you can see, our chicken has got nice and brown here. I'll turn off these burners. And you see that I left it in the pan long enough so I was able to get a good crust on there. And that's what the flour helps you to achieve, the little bit of crust. So we'll remove these onto a sanitary landing plate that had no raw chicken on it. That's very important. You can see combination of those nice Harvest Eating spices and leaving it in the pan. I've got some beautiful caramelization, and that equals flavor. So we'll put that there, and I'm going to tuck this pan into my oven that's preheated. And now what we want to do is make a little pan sauce or reduction in here. But before I get started, I'm going to take a few paper towels, be careful not to burn yourself, and I'm just going to scoop up some of the residual oil that's in the pan, get that out of there, turn my burner back on, and now I'm going to deglaze with 1 cup of dry white wine. And immediately you can hear it start to sizzle, and we'll take our whisk, and as you've seen me before, you want to scrape as many brown bits up off the bottom because those equal flavor. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my lemon juice right in there. And now we'll let that reduce by about half, and I'll show you what it looks like in 1 minute. Okay, our sauce here has reduced. Now what I want to do is add in the olives, which should be the capers. Get all those in there. Our parsley. And then here is about, what is that? A half a cup of chicken broth. We'll add a little chicken broth in there and continue to cook this sauce for just another few minutes, and then we're going to thicken it with butter. And the term in French cookery where you take butter and swirl it into a sauce at the end, it's called monter au beurre. It means to mount with butter. This is 3 tablespoons, but this will feed, this entire recipe will probably feed, I would say 6 people, so it's really not a lot of butter. And I'll show you how to add that in just 1 minute. All right, our sauce has reduced enough, so we're going to turn off the burner, and we're going to take our butter and add it right into the pot. And now we want to whisk it together. And you'll see that this butter, it's cold, and as it melts and we shimmer the pan around like that, it will create a slight thickening effect, add a little richness and a little shine to our sauce, which is a really good thing. Now that is just about combined, and this is not supposed to be a thick sauce. It's going to be a little bit loose, which is great. So we'll take a spoon and we'll test this for seasoning. It doesn't need any salt, but it does need some pepper. And it has a very bright flavor from the parsley and from the olives, or if you make it with capers, from the capers. So that's done. Don't need any salt. I'm going to reach behind me and take the chicken out of the oven and show you how to plate it up. Okay, we have a nice big serving plate, and we're going to serve this family style. And this would be what you could bring right to the table at your dinner party. So now we'll take this sauce, and you want to make sure that you get plenty of sauce, nice capers, or in this case olives, just like that. To garnish, let's use items that are in the dish. It has lemon juice, so we're going to make some nice lemon slices. Very simple. So then take 1 slice of lemon and put it on top of each chicken. Take some parsley, put it on top of the lemon and around the plate. And there you have my version of chicken piccata. I hope you give it a try at your next party. I think you're going to love it.
The Harvest Eating community celebrates the benefits of a healthy eating lifestyle through seasonal, organic, and local foods. To view more of Chef Snow's recipe videos and to experience the Harvest Eating lifestyle, visit harvesteating.com. Harvest Eating, 4 seasons, 1 lifestyle.